What's up, team? Acts 9. And he fell to the ground and heard a voice saying to him, Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me? And he said, Who are you, Lord? And he said, I am Jesus, whom you are persecuting. We have the largest event in the world going on, and it's centered around Christianity. We have a Christian martyr of a very young man, 31-year-old, who is quite remarkable, preaching the gospel, preaching against sin and debauchery and all the evil things that we have been begging for years. Where are these pastors that speak on righteousness, not seeker friendly? We have been begging for this as a church body for years. We have a young man who's not a pastor, who gets up on the public stage, the international platform, and begins speaking against homosexuality. He begins speaking against transgender. He speaks against abortion. Those are just the hot topics. He speaks on all of them. He was persecuted regularly, had to have a security team because people hated him. They ended up shooting him, and it was all on video, and everyone could see it. People's hearts are grieved. We have people crying in tears like, I've never met this guy. Why am I so moved by this? Why am I so moved by this young man, Charlie Kirk? I can tell you why. Because Jesus is inside of you. I have a daughter that's crying and moved. Like, what are we supposed to do? Other people that are crying, why are they so moved? Because it's Jesus. It's Jesus inside of you. It's Jesus inside of him. Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me? Let us not be dismayed, team, church. Jesus is real. Do you know other churches around the world who are persecuted pray for the American church that they would have persecution so that they could live out the true fullness of the gospel? They said, you cannot live out the fullness of the gospel, this is their opinion, without being persecuted. And you look at what's happened to the church over the past couple of weeks. It has exploded with boldness and courage, and people are coming out of everywhere. Fascinating as it is, non-believers, and then also people who are on the fence, are coming out and saying, what is this faith that this man has? Why does he have such faith? I don't have that. How does he have this? What is this content that he has, which I do not have? What a testimony. Publicly, they're saying this. People are coming up, man, I need to get my life right. Why are they doing that? Because the church has become emboldened. They become like, wait a minute, this is on our doorstep. This is a reality that we have not faced yet. This man is preaching righteousness, and they killed him for it. On the contrary, I've heard now from many circles, I'm in several Christian circles, that people are quite upset, discouraged that their pastor did not say anything the following Sunday. They avoided the Charlie Kirk topic. I want you to know that many people have come to church because they are seeking something real and seeking something potent in Christianity. They came to church looking for that content, hoping to find it. I have been in church service, you have too, where someone comes and they are in dire need. I need meat of the gospel right now. I need something. And the sermon was lacking. The sermon was not meeting that person's needs in the moment, the delivery, the fresh manna from heaven. What is God saying to God's people? It was more like a cartoon show. And Lord, forgive us for that. But in this, these people are coming to church seeking something true, seeking something real. And what I hear reports of from many people is that their pastor neglected to speak on anything about Charlie Kirk. And you know, what I've heard are a couple of excuses. One, we're just going to focus on Jesus, not the stuff of the world. What? Shame, shame, shame. Jesus is the church. Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me? Don't use that as some kind of scapegoat to not speak on the righteousness of God in the emboldened church and standing up for the things that are right. Don't hide behind, we're just going to focus on Jesus and not the things of the world. No, that is Jesus. A Christian martyr that the whole world saw, the blood shooting out of his neck, is Jesus. Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me? Don't neglect that. And if you're grieving because of that, you should be grieving because of that. That's very appropriate. A man was killed on TV. Everybody saw it because he's speaking out against things that we have been begging him to speak out against, begging the churches to speak out against according to this word. Shame on us for missing this opportunity. Projected 100 million views of the memorial service. 100 million views of the memorial service upon which the gospel was spread, upon which they led multiple people into the salvation, upon which they worshiped and praised God. Let us not cower back and act a fool because we're afraid of being canceled. Let us not cower back and be foolish and cowards because they might think that, I align myself with MAGA. Are you kidding me right now? What a disaster. What a disaster. Yeah, okay, the wicked people are going to think everything they want. And I've heard it now said like, well, the young people are going to have a hard time separating, Charlie Kirk from the MAGA, and they're going to have a hard time separating Jesus from the current politics. Get over that. We're talking about Jesus and righteousness and higher authority, higher level. We're not talking about Republicans and Democrats. I read this morning, if you're still talking Republicans and Democrats, you are missing it. You are completely missing the big picture. We're talking about righteousness, so much so that the leaders of our country followed suit. We didn't follow them into this. We're having a memorial service praising the Lord Jesus, worshiping, forgiving, giving a testimony, leading people into the prayer of salvation. The world leaders followed that. How dare us miss this opportunity to talk about Charlie Kirk and his assassination? Persecution will happen. It will happen. It will take place. And to say we don't want to do it because we're more interested in saving face and not losing members and not losing followers, get out of here. That's garbage. Let the church be dwindled down to the people that I've read this morning, that the Lord separates the wheat from the chaff, and sometimes it takes moments like these for the remnant to express themselves. Chaff and the weeds hide inside of the wheat, and these moments are separated, and you can see it. You can see it clearly because some people are cowards, but you're not supposed to. You're supposed to have a spirit of power and of love and of sound mind, just like Charlie Kirk had a spirit of power and of love and of sound mind. Don't miss this opportunity. And yes, I agree. If your pastor, preacher did not mention Charlie Kirk, I would have to know why. I would want to know why. Why was this avoided? And I would not accept an easy answer if it was me and my family, and I were leading my family to follow after Jesus, the Jesus of the Bible, not the Jesus with stupid looking tennis shoes and lights and shows. I mean, the persecuted church.